Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman. I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. In this video, I'll tell you 3 things that the All-Star Superman animated film and comic book tell us about the future of the DCU. Now, we'll tell you that this video contains spoilers for the All-Star Superman comic book as well as the animated film. So if you don't want to have those spoiled, you should leave now. All right, you've been warned. So on January 31st, 2023, James Gunn, the co-CEO and co-chair of DC Studios, said this.
Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
Now, during the announcement, as you can see, he utilized an image from the cover of All-Star Superman. So just a little synopsis of the basic plot of All-Star Superman. So at the beginning of the comic, Dr. Leo Quintum and his genetically modified crew are on a mission to retrieve a spoonful of sun. Now, unbeknownst to them, Lex Luthor has infiltrated their crew with a genetically modified human bomb that will kill them if not for the intervention of Superman. However, the bomb's not really meant for the crew. It's meant for Superman. And so he intervenes. He saves the crew by taking the bomb off the spaceship. The genetically modified human bomb explodes, overexposing Superman's cells to solar radiation, slowly killing him. And so the remainder of the comic and the animated film as well is Superman essentially facing mortality, facing his own death, while at the same time still dealing with the existential crisis to Earth that make him their champion. And so here are 3 things that I feel this comic and animated film can tell us about the future of the DCU. Number 1, Kal-El will not be the only Superman in the DCU. And so no, I'm not talking about Calvin Ellis, the Kal-El of Earth 23. Rather, in the comic, we see Kal Kent, who is a descendant of Superman, of Kal-El, from the year 85,250 AD. And we learn in the comic that there's a whole team of descendants of Superman who are basically there to save the Earth and basically all of reality from threats to space-time. And so it makes sense that at some point we see this team, especially when we get to essentially our end game for the DCU, which will be, as they have mentioned, in 8 to 10 years. And so during that end game, I think we'll likely see at some point a version of Kal Kent or other Superman from either other dimensions or from the future who are there to aid the Justice League in dealing with a big existential threat that goes beyond just their simple time frame or the planet Earth. Honestly, we've seen the Justice League already. We've seen them fight together effectively, I would say, in the Snyder cut of the Justice League film. And so the way to step it up, to go to the next level with the DCU, is to have this team of Superman come in at some point to essentially try to stop a threat that's bigger than just Darkseid or even any other just typical threat they would face. Number 2, time travel will be pretty prevalent in the DCU. Now, we already know we're going to see Booster Gold in a future DCU show. So we know this happening. So time travel will be part of this universe. And we just saw The Flash, where, again, the core part of that film dealt with time travel. But in All-Star Superman, time travel also plays a significant role. So at the very beginning, we see Atlas and Samson, who are time-traveling heroes, come in and aid Superman and Lois. A little bit of spoiler, Lois does get powers, at least for 24 hours, against a group of subterranean evolved dinosaurs that were trying to destroy Metropolis. We also see that team of descendants of Kal-El, who again are time travelers, who help him in a particular mission. In addition, one of the main threats, or say the main threat of the comic book and the film, is a time-traveling rogue star from the future. Lastly, the DCU will be a much larger, less grounded universe than the DCEU. Now, one of the things I noticed while reading the comic and also watching the film, which are very similar. So I would say I'll say read the comic because it does give more story. It's much longer in regards to the story than than the animated film. However, you only had like an hour or so to watch a film. You know, then we'll have time to read a whole comic, then watch the film. It has all the same story beats. But one thing I noticed in both things is that the universe is much larger than anything we've seen in the DCEU. So as I mentioned, we see Superman fight and his fellow super people fighting against an army of dinosaurs that live underneath the earth. So not from outer space, but these are earth-based creatures who have their own civilization. So you're not going to see anything like that in the DCEU. But we do also have, you know, Bizarro planet, a cubed earth that Superman spends time on. We see the remnants of Krypton. So we see Kryptonians come to Earth and try to take over. We see the city of Kandor, which is a city from Krypton that's in the Fortress of Solitude, that's been miniaturized by Brainiac. And we see, of course, time travelers as well. So we see a much bigger universe, a much more expanded universe than anything that we've seen in DCEU. In fact, I would say that All-Star Superman has much. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, this one. I would say All-Star Superman has much more in common with Guardians of the Galaxy in that universe, that expansive universe, than anything we've seen in any of Snyder's film. And just one little side note, I did want to mention that the Lex Luthor that you have seen in the animated series and maybe other previous movies, you're going to see that one, not the Batman v Superman version of Lex Luthor. He's highly intelligent, he's wealthy, he hates the very existence of Superman, the idea that you have this alien creature who Earth is just kind of handing over the keys to and is just kind of making mankind seem like almost like less than what they are. You know, very similar to Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne in Batman v Superman. You know, just shave his head off and call him Lex Luthor, and you got Lex Luthor there. Except I'm pretty sure Luthor's not going to be defeated when he finds out that Superman's mom's name is Martha. Martha, why did you say that? Why did you say that name, Martha? Oh my God. Why does that movie exist? Now, if you found that video interesting and or informative, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. And if there are any other DCU related topics you want me to cover on this channel, please leave those suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you all for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day.